again, and welcome to San Luis Obispo Buddhist Church YouTube channel. Please put your palms together for a meditation reading. A journey of 1,000 miles begin with a single step. Lao Tzu, Chinese Taoist philosopher. You know, it's taken many paths for me to find what I wanted to be when I grew up. And it takes various jobs in order to find an interest. Well, and that means you start at a pretty young age, maybe in high school. My very first job was a dishwasher in my parents' cafe. And I was so short that I had to use pellets on the floor to raise me up. And my first day on the job, I kind of fell in the sink. Caught myself, but I was still soaked. And it wasn't the most glorious job, let's put it that way. But I was fed well, paid well, and my mother always had my favorite pie waiting for me. And the extra bonus in this was the money that I was paid. She allowed me to buy and choose my own clothes and shoes. That was great. Well, I went to college and I did a work study. And I worked in various departments. And working in different departments gives you the opportunity or a chance to experience different subjects. And it shows you how these departments work with other departments to maybe form that career path, okay? So I worked in the geology department. I studied the how, why, and where they would build highways or freeways. They talked about looking at rock formations, rock layers, and for tunnels. And they had plans on how to, when they made a freeway, how the scenery would affect the driver. It was all great. And I had to read a lot of maps. But then I decided that was not what I was interested in. So I was transferred to another department. And I worked in the purchasing office, which bought everything from pens, papers, to large equipment for other departments. And it was a place where a purchasing office also found companies that offered the best deals for a university. Well, my job was to answer the phones. Very busy place, but I learned how to answer multiple lines and take messages. Well, you know, these various jobs and experience you get are a good way to find an interest and maybe eventually find a career, a major, of course, in college. Well, I didn't like geology, and I am not a business major. So I continued to dabble in other jobs, from developing youth centers after graduation, of course. Continued to dabble in other jobs, from developing a youth center to working with the mentally disabled to owning my own house cleaning business, working in pharmacy, assistant to art, whatever I did. But in the meantime, the temple was always a part of whatever I did. I never went, yet it was always there waiting for me. And when I did go back, I involved myself into the temple life. And I found it calming. I found a sanity there. And I found a path through the help of my friend, the sensei. And he planted the seed. Of course, it took a lot of coaxing and convincing and dinner. So that meant food. And he asked me a question, which I still remember to this day. And he said, "What do you have to be afraid of?" I questioned. And that's where we question ourselves. What do we have to be afraid of to take a path into learning about Jodo Shinshu? If you would please put your palms together in final gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 And thank you for listening.